My name's Alicia and welcome to my course of individual eyelash extensions. I just want to say thank you for taking the time to learn this course because it really is a passion of mine. I've been in the industry for about 11 years now. I've been doing eyelash extensions for about 2 years and I just love them. I think it's a growing industry. I think there's always things to learn, and I think no matter how many courses you go on, you still learn from new people. So thank you very much for joining on the course with us. So today we're going to go over the content of, what are individual eyelash extensions, what's the difference between those and Russian volume lashes, how do you apply them, how do you make sure you keep yourself safe within the workplace and keep the clients safe, the health and safety, the cleanliness, the hygiene. We're going to go into what utensils to use, how to have your bed set up, client aftercare, and how to maintain your business and make sure those clients keep coming back to you and keep being loyal, because any great business is kept by word of mouth and with loyal customers that are happy and still want to come back to you. So I want to begin by showing you the setup of my bed. So here I've got a beauty couch that I've laid out. I have a orthopedic pillow. Now clients are sat down and they're laid down for a very long time. Classic lashes, individual eyelash extensions, they're laid down for about an hour and a half. Russian volumes are about 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours even. And even with a lash lift and tint, they're laid there for a good hour. So you want to make sure they've got the best support on their shoulders and their neck, so they're not getting sore and their back's getting sore. I also cover mine with a blanket here as well, so I make sure the top is quite soft. It's quite soft on the back, because you don't want any back complaints. If a client does suffer with their back, you want to make sure that their legs are lifted up. So whether that's with a cushion or whether you can just roll some towels up and just make sure you're putting them under their legs, so that just supports their back. I also have a light over there as well, so it focuses in, it allows me to look into people's lashes, whether they're dark haired or even fair haired, particularly fair haired. But even with dark hairs, you want to make sure that you can get in and you can get underneath all those lashes underneath there. So the light really helps. I also do have a mask as well, so obviously that is protecting your face. Glue, eyelash glue, it does give off a fume. So if you're working a 9-hour day and you're sitting there doing lashes for a long time, you want to make sure that you're protected and your mask has a vent on there to make sure that you're protected as well. So moving on, I will show you the utensils that we have. So here I have a box of lashes. So this is how they look. They come in strips of here. You can buy boxes that are all the same size, or the same length, or the same thickness. That over time you will build up boxes like that. But this one here is a mixed tray. So it goes from the longest length all the way up to the shortest length, all the way up here. So this allows you, this isn't actually a Russian volume box here, so obviously the lashes are a lot finer, but you can see them as you stroke along there. So some people take them off the box and they use micropore tape and apply it to the hand, and they put all their strips along their hands. Personally, I'm allergic to micropore tape, so I don't work this way, but it works fine, it works perfectly. The only thing that you'll find is with the strips themselves, when you take them off, they start to lose their stickiness. So it's probably best to just make sure you do it the way that I do it at the minute, which is a lash palette. So at lash palette here, I have all my lashes laid out here, so all the different lengths, all the different, this is one thickness. You can mix it match, but I would make sure that you would label it. But this allows you to put it to your side here, and you're using then your tweezers, you're picking up a lash, laying it in the glue, and put it on there so it's easily stored. Next we have eyelash pads. So when you're setting yourself up, you're setting up your station, one of the first things you'll do is get your eyelash pads out. Before that, you will prime the lashes. So this is a primer. You can get any primer. Most brands, if you were using their glue, you would probably use their primer. So this, you lash primer here, so you would just squirt a little bit onto a micro stick. Squirt a little bit on, and then you would just roll it through the client's lashes just to dehydrate and to prime those lashes ready for the application. So then you would take your lash pads. Give them a little shake. Some people use micro pore tape as well. So if you, again, if you're allergic to the lash pads, you can use the micro pore tape. That is not an issue. You can just make sure that they're sort of a crisscrossed on the base of the lashes. So you one there and one there on the base of the lashes, pinning those lower lashes down, because you need to make sure that all those lower lashes are pinned down with the pads or with the micro pore tape, because when it comes to opening the client's eyes at the end, you don't want any stickies, you don't want any lashes stuck together. You just, no, you don't. So this is what the lash pads look like. So you can see here they fit perfectly the right shape. So you would peel this off, almost like a kidney size shape, and you would peel that off like that, and you would then stick it down, but by pinning down those lower lashes to do that. So once you've done that, you would then give your client's lashes a good brush, and you would brush just the top of their lashes down while onto their lash pads, and make sure that they're all straight and everything like that. So with that, you would have a jade stone. This one here, this is used to keep the glue cool, because the more the glue, the temperature heats up, the more it starts to set. So you want to make sure that you've got this nice and cool, and then you just put a bit of micro pore tape just on the top, and then you would blob a little bit of glue. I can show you here. Blob a little bit of glue on top, and then like this. So you would just put a bit of micro pore tape just on there. Then you would take your glue. So you want to make sure that your glue is stored in a sealed packet with a silicone gel in there to make sure that it's kept nice and cool, because again, you know, once the glue starts to warm up, it starts to set, and then it becomes gloopy and horrible, and it's just not usable. So you would take your lid off, and with your jade stone, you would then take your jade stone, blob a little bit of glue on there, and then you've got your glue, but obviously, you know, it's not going to be running down. So you've got your glue. So that is then ready to work with. You want to make sure that you replenish your glue roughly every 15 to 20 minutes, just to make sure that it's not drying out, because it at some point, like I said, it does heat up and then it becomes useless. So yeah, make sure you've got a good glue. Some clients like to use a sensitive glue, but you need to make sure, obviously these are all patch tested. You know, a sensitive glue can be used, you know, if you are got hay fever, or you just generally got irritable eyes. The cyanacrylate level, which is the bit that sticks, which is the super glue content of it, is a lot lower in the sensitive glue, so the retention isn't as great as a normal strength glue, but you can use both. As long as it's patch tested on client, then you can go ahead and use whichever you like. So like I say, so you've got your lash brush, and make sure your lashes are brushed, and then you go in with your tweezers. So you've got a range of different tweezers. I will show you Russian volume tweezers as well, just so you know what you're looking for when you're purchasing. Okay, so I've got a range of 3 different tweezers here at the minute. This one here is my lashing tweezer. So basically, as you can see, it is angled here. I don't know if it can focus on here, but yes, so it's angled. So I would use my tweezer like this. I would use my lash palette, and I would pull a lash off. I would then go ahead and dip it in my glue. Then I would isolate the client's lashes. So with a set, another angled. You can use straight tweezers. I personally prefer angled tweezers. I find that they get in a lot easier for me personally, but again, you know, we can make sure that you try more than one set of tweezers. So yes, you can use a straight tweezer as well. So with lashes, whether it's Russian lashes or individual lashes, you will have 2 sets of tweezers. So for Russian volume lashes, this is what I have. I have a L-foot tweezer. Again, I find that it just picks up the lashes. I then pick up the lashes, twizzle them and create a fan. Works perfectly for me, but again, you can have a number of different types. You can have a curved shaped tweezer, which is fantastic as well, but again, with Russian volumes and individuals, you would have both sets of tweezers. I keep mine in a case. You can have different types of cases, or you can just keep it in the packaging that it comes in. That's completely your choice. Right, I'd now like to show you how I set up my station. So as you can see here, I have my lash pads and my lash primer. I do discard the rubbish, and I do discard the lash primer once I've actually used it, so it's out of the way, so it's not rolling off the side here, because as you can see, my pillow is slightly angled here, so you don't want anything rolling off. So obviously a client would then lay their head in this gap here. I have my lash palette here. I then have my tweezers just sat here with my micro stick and my brush, along with my jade stone here is set over here. I have these on my right side because I am right-handed, so I would feel that if you were left-handed that you would probably put them over on the other side. Right, so once I have set up my station, as you can see over here, it is important when a client comes in, you know, you want to make sure that you've done your patch test at least 24 hours before, whether that's be via a home kit or whether they've come into the salon to do so. But you need to make sure that you always patch test a client, because obviously you are using glues near their eyes. You want to make sure that you minimise any type of allergic reaction as possible that you can. Not only, but you with your patch testing, you need to make sure that you're following the manufacturer's guidelines, but you're also following your insurance's guidelines. So they may say something completely different. So your glue manufacturing guidelines may say that you can patch test on the skin, sort of behind the ear or inside the arm crease, but your insurances may require you to patch test a couple of lashes on the eye as well. So please make sure that you do check with your insurance and you do check the manufacturing guidelines to make sure that you are completely covered, because if you do not follow these and then you run into any problems and you do have to go through your insurance, you are not covered. So once you have done this, you'll go through a client record card, and they will explain to you what type of look they're going for, what type of styling you can discuss, and what you think would be best for them. They will tell you how heavy they would like to have their lashes. You will have some clients saying, do what you like. So then again, you would take it over from your own eye, and you would say, look, I think this is your styling. I believe that you're a cat eye or a doll eye. You would go through that with them and make sure they're completely comfortable, and they understand the processes of what you're going to do, how long the treatment takes as well. Some clients seem to think that lashes are a quick process, and they're not. If you get up to speed, you can sort of do it in an hour and a half, but again, that's still a lot of time out of their day, so you want to make sure that they're happy with this and that you're taking the right time for them, and that it's suited to them. So after that, you would then lay a client down, and then, like I said, you would prep them, and then you would start lashing, but you want to make sure that when you're lashing that you correctly isolate those lashes, so to prevent any stickies. What I mean by stickies is two lashes where they stick together, and you know, with individual eyelash extensions, you have one lash on every natural lash that you have. So you're laying one eyelash extension, you're laying it on top of the eyelash, and that's what's going on. But when you get stickies, you get two of them sat together like that, and then with that you get your natural lashes trying to grow out, and one's pulling the other because they're all on their own lash cycle, so one is pulling the other, so then it becomes painful, becomes sore, or they lose a lump of their natural lashes all at the same time. With Russian volumes, it's kind of the same, but you want to make sure that no heat is applied around the eye area, you know, so you want to be careful when blow drying or steam rooms or saunas or anything like that. I mean, it stands the same for the individual eyelash extensions, but it doesn't necessarily make a difference on the look of the lashes, whereas, you know, with Russian volumes, because you've got a fan sitting there on one lash, obviously you want those long beautiful fans that are still sitting out, but with you know, any type of heat that's applied to the lashes, your volume lashes will just go like that, and they will just close up and they'll just be long spiky lashes. So you want to make sure that your client's aware of the aftercare that is used and is necessary for individual eyelash extensions and for wash and volumes as well. Okay, well, thank you so much. If you've got any questions, please let me know. Thank you. So thank you for watching. If you do have any questions, then please do let me know. Please contact me. You know, becoming an eyelash extension artist is a long process. You know, you're gonna feel that you're getting somewhere, then one day you feel like you won't be. So please make sure that you send me those pictures, send me those sets, just to make sure, you know, if I can give you any tips, any help, I will do. You know, make sure you're tagging me in any of your pictures so I can give you some criticism or help in any way. If you feel like you're suffering with clients, you know, clients have watery eyes or anything like that, then please do let me know. But thank you for watching.